Welcome back to episode 2 of Talk of the Trinity, and it's just me, Will Forrest, today. No ad Baz Barrett. He rambles on a little bit, but he'll be back when we do our bigger podcast, hopefully after the Leicester City game. So, the transfer window has opened. Finally, it feels like ages since the summer, and we splashed all that cash on the 12 new boys. But unfortunately, two of those have picked up serious injuries. Tom Heaton and Wesley, both doing their ACLs and are going to be out for 6 to 9 months, which is something that we don't need. Now, goalkeeper-wise, yes, we've got 3 other goalkeepers in the squad. If you're thinking Nyland, Kalinic and Steer, though Steer is also injured. We do also have Sarkic out on loan. Kalinic, of course, is looking for a move away from the club, or it's rumoured that we're looking to flog him. So, as things currently stand, it looks like Nyland will probably be given a chance, and he's looked decent, to be fair to him, when he's played against Wolves in the cup games as well, and also took that corner brilliantly. He didn't take the corner, I mean, he claimed a Burnley corner brilliantly in those 9 minutes of extra time on New Year's Day. With Wesley, things aren't so good. I mean, we've got Codger, who just doesn't really look interested. You'd think that a man who's looking for a new club would be trying to put himself in the shop window whenever he got a chance. And we've got Davis as well, who's just feeling his way back from injury. He's hasn't really got any Premier League experience. He may have played one game or appeared as a substitute. And he's not a natural goal scorer either. I know Wesley hasn't got too many, but he does score goals. In the youth squads, we have got Indiana Vasilev and Dimitri Say, who are scoring goals for the younger youth teams for the Villa. And I'm sure that if we gave Gabby a call, he'd happily lace up his boots again and try and get us out of this mess, though last time he didn't do too well. So what we're going to look at, we know that there's been plenty of players who have been linked with the Villa. I'm just going to look at 4 of those players and another Aston Villa transfer rumour in regards to a player leaving. I'm sure that you can guess who that is. But to start with, the links have come out again, linking us with Jack Butland. There was plenty of talk in the summer about us going after Butland at Stoke, saying that we'd be offering 20 to 25 million for him, but we wouldn't pay exactly what they wanted, and that's why the transfer never went ahead. However, it turns out that we were after Tom Heaton all along, who's turned out to be a fantastic signing with Premier League experience, when most of the lads who have come in through those doors at Bodymoor Heath don't have that experience that we require. Jack Butland feels like he's been around forever, since playing for our neighbours. He's a 26-year-old goalie with 9 England caps and 141 Stoke appearances. You know, Butland made some high-profile errors at the start of the season, and also he made a couple last year as well, which got people thinking, is he actually as good as he's made out? But for me, Butland is a good goalkeeper. He was good when he was playing on the other side of Birmingham, and he's done well at Stoke since then. Proved that he can play in the Premier League. It would be nice for us to go after him, I think. Heaton obviously out for those 6 to 9 months. Nyland, whilst he deserves a chance, he needs competition. Jed Steer, for me, made a few too many mistakes in high-profile matches last season. In particular, that game at Hawthorns in the playoff semi-finals, he looked very shaky. If we have somebody with a bit more about them, like Butland coming in challenging Nyland, then hopefully that should steady the ship and help out with that goalkeeping area. With 5 in front of him as well, he's not going to have a lot to do, is he, with Big Tyrone heading the ball away, he says tongue-in-cheek. Apart from that, bring back Sarkic. Sarkic has made 14 league appearances for Livingston, kept a number of clean sheets and has done very well, earning rave reviews. Is it time for him to come back? You know, he's been capped by Montenegro's senior team last year. So there's obviously something about him. Obviously, he's only 22 as well. Do we throw him in at the deep end of a big relegation battle? I don't think so. That's why I'll go for Butland. As well as him, another player playing in the Championship but without Premiership experience is Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen has family who are Villa fans, though I don't believe that he is. He started off at Hereford before moving to Hull, and he's been fantastic there. He's only 23 years old. I can remember him scoring against us at Villa Park in a 1-1 draw. But he's made 117 appearances for Hull and scored 51 goals from the wing. That's nearly a goal every other game. Cutting in from that right-hand side with his left foot and scoring. He doesn't have any international caps, and his contract is expiring at the end of the year. There's a lot of talk that Hull will demand a lot of money for him, but because of that contract expiry, I think they'd be lucky to get as much as they want. Hopefully a cheeky 6 million bid or so would be enough to prize him away, especially if Bowen said, look, if you're not going to sell me now, then I'm going to walk away for free at the end of the season. You don't like to see any player hold a club to gunpoint like that, but if it helps us, then I'm all for it. Again, he doesn't offer that Premier League experience, but hopefully he'd be able to come into the team and hit the ground running and grab a few goals in the Premier League. Now, the other player who's injured, we said, is Big Wes, who always tries hard, full of running, just hasn't had the luck with the goals, and you're hoping that after that goal on New Year's Day, the lovely chest turn and volley, that he was going to have a Benteke second half of the season and really go on a run. But unfortunately, he isn't going to play again this season. So we look at two lone players, both for Chelsea. The first one, Olivier Giroud, 33 years old, 45 Chelsea appearances and only 5 goals, 1 goal every 9 games. But he starts for France a lot, you know, starting in cup finals for France, 97 caps for them, 39 goals, nearly a goal every other appearance. He's played in the Premier League for 8 years. He's played 225 times for Arsenal and Chelsea. Scored 78 goals, which is pretty much 1 in every 3 games. He just hasn't had the rub of the green at Chelsea, hasn't been played much. Obviously, Tammy Abraham is having a great season, so he's not going to get in ahead of him at the moment. If Giroud joins the Villa, he's a clever player, scores all types of goals. Remember that scorpion kick against Palace past Wayne Hennessy? And he's a threat up front with his aerial ability also. Hopefully that experience will see him in the right places in the box, should he be given a run of games, and also link in play with the likes of Grealish and Trezeguet and whoever else might partner him in that front three formation. For me, Giroud on loan would be a great signing, though I'll be honest, I'd go for his partner in crime at Chelsea, the 26-year-old Belgian Michy Batshuayi, probably more famous recently for kicking the ball against the post and that rebounding off his noggin, but he's a player who's done very well out on loan recently. 44 Chelsea appearances and 8 goals is obviously not great, but you're looking in for Belgium. 29 games, 16 goals. That's more than a goal every other game. He's had successful loan spells at Dortmund and Palace since being at Chelsea. Yes, he had a bit of a dodgy one at Valencia with just 1 goal in 15 games. But in the other ones, he's bagged goals for those teams. His goals last year for Palace were obviously vital in helping them to stay up. For me, Batshuayi's running, his power, his strength, his eye for goal is something that we could do with, especially if he's getting intelligent through balls from Douglas Luiz, Conor Harahan or Jack Grealish. He could be that predator in the box that we need, a predator in the box that we haven't had for a while, really, apart from Abraham last year, so I'm contradicting myself there. I do apologise. But for me, Batshuayi on loan, the only other thing I would say is that if we are getting a striker in on loan and we know that Codger's off and Davis isn't quite ready, then maybe we need to gamble on somebody else. Do we go for Morales at Rangers? 82 appearances, 44 goals in that Scottish League, 7 international caps for Colombia with just the 1 goal. He's 23 years old, he's a bit of a hothead, but he knows where the back of the net is, and he scored some big goals in Europe this season at places such as Porto. You've also got Mitrovic at Fulham, who I can't believe is only 25. Honestly, I thought he was older than me. 62 Fulham appearances, 29 goals for them, nearly a goal every other game. That's league. He got 11 in the Premier League last year, so he knows where the back of the Premier League net is. Are we going to play those balls into the box for him to head home? Or are we going to be hoping that he's scrambling them in, that he's getting onto the through balls from Jack, Dougie, Connor? For Serbia, he's played 55 times and scored 34 goals, which is also another amazing record. I think you go for him over Morales. Mitrovic offers something different to Batshuayi as well. The perfect transfer window for us would be getting those 2 in, but also keeping the 5th transfer rumour. Also keeping our captain, Super Jack Grealish, who is being linked with moves to Manchester United. Obviously, previously he was linked with moves to Tottenham when we were in the Championship, but now it's all Man United, Man United, Man United. They obviously lack a creative force in the centre of their midfield. They were very impressed, you would imagine, with Grealish's performance and that sublime goal that he scored in the recent 2-2 draw at Old Trafford. He's the type of player that you could see as the number 10 at the Theatre of Dreams, running shows, running games even, not running shows. Yeah, come and watch the circus. No, running games, getting the crowd on their feet, a typical Man United player. But we don't want that to be anytime soon. He needs to stay and help us fight this relegation battle. And then I'd imagine that if we did stay up, that Jack would stay for another season. Hopefully he does get capped for England, though we all know what can happen when players get capped for England. They get tapped up by others. They ask for transfers. Look at Barry, look at Milner, look at Delph. It hasn't worked well for us in the past. But Grealish seems like a loyal player at present, you know. He wants the team to do well. He wants to spur them on. He's stepped up his performances. He's stepped up what he contributes to the team as well. And really, he's our player of the season. And it's great to see an Aston Villa fan wearing that captain's armband, leading our charge in the Premier League and hopefully helping us stay up. So if Man United do come knocking, we've got to be asking for a lot of money. And if I'm honest, if I were them, I'll go for James Maddison. Yeah, why not? You know, Leicester don't need him. We need Jack. Well, thank you for listening. Let's hope that we get a good result tomorrow against Fulham in the FA Cup. It would be great to get another win there and boost our confidence. But if we don't, then we just concentrate on the league. Fellow Villa fans, have a great weekend. We'll catch up soon. Up the Villa. Cheers, Tar. Thank you very much.